40 duties of a safety officer. 1. The safety officer monitors and assesses hazardous and unsafe situations. He makes recommendations to management on how to avoid or mitigate these risks. 2. The duty of a safety officer is to ensure that personnel are safe while working. This includes developing measures to protect workers from injuries and ensuring that equipment is operated safely. 3. Correct unsafe acts or conditions through the regular line of authority. This may include issuing warnings, conducting investigations, and taking disciplinary action. The safety officer must also ensure that all safety regulations are being followed and that all safety equipment is in good working order. 4. The safety officer has the duty to take immediate action to prevent or stop unsafe acts when necessary. This authority may be exercised in emergency situations where there is an imminent danger of harm to people or property. The safety officer must take reasonable care to ensure that his actions do not create new hazards or increase existing ones. 5. The safety officer maintains awareness of active and developing situations. The safety officer is responsible for ensuring all personnel's safety and coordinating emergency response efforts. In the event of an emergency, the safety officer will assume comm and direct all activities by established procedures. 6. The safety officer ensures that all safety messages are communicated to the incident comm and team. This includes ensuring that all team members are aware of any potential hazards and that everyone understands the safety procedures in place. 7. The safety officer is responsible for ensuring that the workplace is safe and compliant with health and safety regulations. They participate in planning meetings to identify any health and safety concerns inherent in the operation's daily work plan. The safety officer works closely with the management team to develop and implement health and safety policies and procedures. 8. The safety officer is responsible for reviewing the incident action plan for safety implications. He must identify potential hazards and determine what measures need to be taken to mitigate those hazards. 9. To investigate accidents that have occurred within their assigned incident areas. This may include interviewing witnesses, reviewing security footage, and gathering other evidence. The goal is to determine what happened and why, so that future accidents can be prevented. When an accident occurs, the first step is to ensure that everyone involved is safe and receiving medical attention if necessary. Once the scene is secure, the safety officer will begin their investigation. They will interview witnesses, review security footage, and collect other evidence to help piece together what happened. 10. To ensure preparation and implementation of the Site Safety and Health Plan, SSHP. The safety officer coordinates all site safety and health activities, including site inspections, accident investigations, safety training, and hazard abatement. 11. To ensure that the site is a hazard-free environment. This includes inspecting the premises for potential hazards, such as trip hazards or electrical wiring that could pose a shock risk. 12. The safety officer is responsible for conducting toolbox meetings. These meetings ensure that all employees know the latest safety procedures and protocols. The safety officer will also use these meetings to identify potential workplace hazards and develop plans to mitigate these risks. 13. The safety officer is responsible for leading all efforts to enhance safety on the project. This includes developing and implementing safety policies and procedures, conducting safety training, and investigating accidents and incidents. The safety officer also works closely with the project manager to ensure that safety is considered in all aspects of the project. 14. Reviews and approves all subcontractors' safety plans. This helps to ensure that the subcontractor is aware of the potential hazards on the job site and has taken the necessary precautions to protect workers. 15. Responsible for verifying that injury logs and reports are completed and submitted to the relevant government agencies. This ensures that the agency has accurate information about the number and types of injuries that have occurred and can take steps to improve safety in the workplace. 16. Responsible for ensuring that all tools and equipment are adequate and safe for use. This includes checking that equipment is properly maintained and in good working order, and that safety procedures are followed. 17. A safety officer is a person who promotes safe practices at the job site. They are responsible for ensuring that everyone working on the site follows all of the rules and regulations set by their company, and any additional rules or regulations that may be added by local or state laws. 18. The safety officer is responsible for enforcing safety guidelines and policies. They should be familiar with all procedures and protocols and the company's emergency response plan. 19. The safety officer is responsible for ensuring that all employees are informed of their duties in case of an emergency situation. The safety officer must also inform management whenever a company policy or procedure changes may affect employees' ability to perform their jobs appropriately during an emergency. 20. To monitor the activities of the permit to work (PTW) and ensure that it complies with all applicable laws, regulations, and standards. The duty of safety officer shall also ensure that the PTW meets all safety requirements established by the employer and that any safety violations are corrected. 21. The safety officer is responsible for ensuring that all safety regulations are followed and that any potential hazards are identified and dealt with in a prompt and effective manner. 22. To conduct a job hazard analysis, which involves identifying potential dangers in a workplace and assessing the risks of those hazards. The analysis is used to determine how dangerous a task is before an employee begins it, and how much control that employee has over their actions. 23. Responsible for establishing safety standards and policies as needed. This includes ensuring that all employees are familiar with the workplace environment and its hazards, and providing training on how to respond to those hazards. 24. Responsible for ensuring the safety of all workers on site. They are in charge of ensuring that there are no hazardous conditions, monitoring the place where they work, and issuing orders if necessary. The safety officer also works to protect employees from entering hazardous situations. 25. The safety officer is responsible for responding to employees' safety concerns and issues. They work to ensure that the workplace is safe for all workers and that any potential hazards are addressed. 26. Responsible for coordinating the registration and removal of hazardous waste. This includes keeping track of hazardous waste disposal sites, ensuring that proper procedures are followed for the disposal of hazardous waste, and completing all necessary paperwork. 27. Safety officers play an important role in ensuring the safety of both state and local agencies. They are responsible for coordinating and communicating with agencies and contractors to ensure that all safety regulations are followed. 28. The safety officer is responsible for receiving reports from and responding to orders from the Department of Labor. 29. Responsible for ensuring the workplace is safe and compliant with OSHA regulations. This includes arranging for mandated testing and evaluations of the workplace by external agencies and consultants. 30. The safety officer's job is to identify any weaknesses in the safe system of work procedures and report them immediately. They can be revealed by either health and safety risk assessments or observations, so their findings must always remain confidential unless otherwise required by law. 31. The safety officer is responsible for ensuring the safety of all employees in the workplace. They advise and instruct on various safety-related topics, such as noise levels, use of machinery, and so on. The safety officer must be familiar with all aspects of the job and any potential hazards that could occur. 32. To conduct risk assessments and enforce preventative measures. A safety officer must be vigilant at all times and take action whenever they see a potential hazard. 33. The safety officer is responsible for developing and implementing safety policies and procedures, conducting safety audits and investigations, and providing training on safety topics. 34. As the safety officer for your organization, it is your duty to ensure that all employees and executives receive proper OHS training. This includes ensuring that they are aware of the potential hazards in their work environment and how to protect themselves from them. 35. The safety officer is responsible for inspecting premises and the work of personnel to identify any issues or non-conformity, for example, not using protective equipment. 36. The safety officer oversees substances installation, maintenance, and disposal. They are also responsible for ensuring that all safety protocols are followed and that all safety equipment is in working order. 37. Ensure that all employees follow safety protocols and that any unsafe acts or processes are stopped. This includes maintaining a safe work environment and ensuring that all employees are properly trained in safety procedures. If you see anything that seems dangerous or unhealthy, you must take action and ensure that the situation is remedied. 38. The duties of a safety officer include maintaining clean and legible health and safety signs and notice boards in their assigned area. This is important to ensure that everyone is aware of the risks present and knows what they need to do to stay safe. 39. As a safety officer, it is your duty to report any employee health problems that you become aware of to the departmental manager. This ensures that the problem can be investigated and, if necessary, corrective action can be taken to improve the health and safety of the affected employees. 40. The safety officer is responsible for ensuring that employees and visitors are safe while they work at the company. They have to organize their workload in such a way so there's no harm coming from it, either during activity or after completion, when things may still go wrong due to accidents happening on the job site without warning.